Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello, and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I'm about to share with you a little mini training that I provided in my free Facebook group. If you're not already a part of the Facebook group, you definitely want to join. I will put the link in the show notes. If you're not part of Facebook, I highly encourage you to create a Facebook account, make yourself private. The group itself is private. There's a lot of great tips in there, a lot of extra free trainings, and also just a great community of people who are really just committed to making a lifestyle change. So without further ado, here's the clip. I won't be doing my usual outro, so if you want me to just remind you, I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time, and I'll see you in the next episode. Enjoy this clip. Hi everyone, welcome to this group. If you're new, if you've been a part of this Healthy Livings support group for a while now, thank you for being here. My name is Tony Marinucci. I'm a registered dietitian and business owner of Diet Tips with Tony, where I provide online nutrition coaching to help people find an individualized nutrition plan that works for them long term. I help them end the cycle of over/under eating, losing and gaining the same 5 to 10 pounds, feeling really stuck in their journey, and I really help them to move forward and not only lose weight but feel really good about it and keep it off. I also help people who struggle with emotional eating and binge eating, and really helping them to come to terms with kind of what emotions are getting in their way, the barriers, and we kind of work on overcoming them. So hi everyone who's tuning in. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of reflection. We are starting to unpause. Not so much Westchester, so I'm in Westchester County, right outside New York City. So we're talking about going into phase 1. I coach people from all over the country. So there's people, depending on what state you're in, you're already in phase 1. And we don't really know what's to come, but what we do know is that we've experienced a lot of change recently and a lot of slowing down, and we've kind of had to face our stuff, whether it's emotional stuff or physical stuff, or family drama, or work-related things. We've had to face a lot of things, and it's kind of forced us to look at things in a different lens. Sorry, I just got something in my eye. Speaking of getting things in a different lens. Okay, that's painful. Anyways, so we've been kind of forced to kind of slow down and reflect. And so as we begin to transition into the new normal, which we don't know what that is, kind of life again, slightly, I think it's important to recognize what was it that you learned throughout this experience. I know we've had many lessons, and so I want you to take the opportunity right now to think about what are the aspects of your life that you missed and you're looking forward to going back to, and then what are the aspects of your life that you recognize it's like you were running around and doing all these things and it was not really necessary, and you realize that now. So I want you to take a moment to reflect. We don't do this often enough. I'm in the middle of writing a book about the parallels between dieting, dating, and romantic relationships. And very often, like people in romantic relationships, we kind of jump from relationship to relationship, never really pausing and reflecting and asking, why didn't that work out? And the same goes for people with diets. We go from one diet to another diet, and they're basically the same exact diet, just in a different book. And we always are blaming ourselves, or we're blaming the diet, or whatever it is, but we're never really taking full responsibility and seeing all the different pieces to the puzzle and why it was effective or why it wasn't. And I think that's really important to do all the time in many aspects in our life, and particularly right now. Right now we are in a time where you are being kind of forced to reflect. And so I'm going to encourage you to, do it on your own time. If you want to share in the group, awesome. But take a moment to really reflect on what it is you've learned and what it is that you want to continue. How do you want to continue being? Personally, for me, I know I actually really like being slowed down. It's interesting because about this time last year, I was struggling with a lot of different medical conditions, and I was forced to slow down, and I absolutely hated it, and I was so resistant to it. But over time, I had kind of no choice. If I wanted to heal and get better, I had to succumb to it, and I had to kind of give into it. And honestly, it's been a really, really amazing journey and transformation for me, both mentally and physically. So it's really, really awesome. So sometimes we resist the things we actually need. So I'm just going to kind of challenge you to kind of really reflect on what it is that you want to bring into kind of this new normal, and what is it that you want to leave behind. So it's very, we're approaching June already, which is crazy to think that half of 2020 is already almost over. Which is crazy. Like, where did 2020 go? So that's how quickly time flies. So very similar, like how a lot of people in their New Year's resolutions are to kind of make changes. I want you to take that same kind of gusto. I want you to take that same kind of attitude and really realize you only have 6 months left of 2020. So what are you going to do differently? How are you going to make a change? And who do you need in your corner to help support you with that going forward? So take a minute, maybe journal. Maybe just reflect, maybe go for a walk and think about these things. And if you feel confident or comfortable sharing, definitely share with us kind of those things, maybe the biggest lessons you've learned during quarantine. Be very interested to hear. If you're watching live, type live. If you're catching the replay, type replay. Let me know what your big takeaway was from today. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to message me directly on Facebook or email me tipswithtony@gmail.com. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon.